Who is this fool? Assalamu alaikum.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम। अरे भैया
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, आप खैरियत?
जी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह भैया से है।
Hmm.
वालेकुम सलाम।
So I guess you're all freshers.
Yes,
CSE department.
yes.
Okay. So how's college been for the past 2 weeks?
It's been like already hectic stuff has started. There are more CPS classes going on and labs and all reports. Everything has
PPS
started.
PPS समझ में आ रहा है आप लोगों को?
Yeah, like I too have been coding. I've started coding since when I was in 10th class, so I have a base. So,
Okay. What about others? How is PPS? Because जितना मैं भी याद था लोगों को बहुत प्रॉब्लम था in PPS हमारे टाइम पे.
for our division, I am from Division 1. So
Okay.
in our division, Manjusha ma'am is very good. He teaches us
Yeah.
PCS and
Yeah.
she's excellent. So we don't have any problems. No one has problems in Division 1 with the PPS. I don't know about other divisions.
ये डिवीजन 4 में थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो रही बच्चों को।
Mhm. Well, if you guys need any notes or resources for PPS, we will share it, inshallah. Okay, we will wait till 7:10, then we can start the session.
Yeah, this section is about like info of Google developers and how to join it or just for the information of us like PPS and all.
No, it's a general session about for clubs and what Google Developer Groups on campus MJCET is for, and what are the perks if you join Google Developer Groups MJCET. And you can have some other Q&A session. Maybe आप कुछ questions है तो पूछ सकते हैं वहाँ पे.
Assalamu alaikum, Manisha ma'am. Ma'am, your mic is muted.
Yeah, walaikum salam. Abrar.
How am
I
How, how many have joined Abrar?
Right now we are on 35 people. We have 50 people have registered. तो हम लोग wait कर रहे हैं अभी लोगों को join करने का. Because अभी मगरिब की नमाज हुई तो we are waiting for people.
Okay. Have we sent invite to our GDG alumni?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Has the GB joined?
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam,
Yes, ma'am,
Aman.
I'm here.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to take much time, right? I will just tell two things. Firstly, I would want to, welcome the first year students who have registered for this online session, right? We welcome you to GDG. And I want to congratulate Abrar, who is the new lead for 25-26 for GDG. Basically, this is a professional forum. And what this means is, if it's a professional forum means, this is plus your curriculum academics. So I would want to only tell the students, especially the first years who are joining, the second and the third years who are there, please do not neglect your academics. Each one of you should have zero backlogs, no backlogs, please. And the second thing is, you have to not only just get the, SGPA, semester grade percentile, but at the same time, you need to have things like technical awareness, practical, technical knowledge. You should have hands on exposure. And the other thing is, now you are in first year, but for the second years, what I would say, second year participants, if any opportunity comes, be it internship, be it a, startup opportunity, you should be employable. So you need to develop that skill and do not depend solely on classroom teaching. Do self learning. And when it comes to self learning, facilitated or proctored self learning, GDG comes into picture. GDG will give you many platforms which Abrar and his team would, detail to you people. So I wish everybody all the best, right? Have a good session, right? Thank you. Well, Abrar, I'll take a leave.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma, right, right. Thank you.
Three others.
We'll be waiting a minute, or उसके बाद we can start the session. I would like you all to please be muted so that other people can जो भी है उन्हें भी सुन सके.
Sure.
Aman, you will be monitoring the meet, right? Okay.
If you guys have any doubts at any point, you can feel free to put it in the chat box. Yeah, that too.
एक second, we'll start. We are setting up the stream. Can we go to the previous slide? Okay, Assalamu alaikum guys. Welcome to the Freshers Info Session 2025. I hope you're all excited. I am Mohammad Akram Farooq, your friendly CSE fourth year student, a senior and a Google Developer Group on campus MJCET organizer. If you ever see me on campus, you can just stop by and say hi. We can talk about anything, be it tech, academics, or even about cats, because I love cats. Before we begin, let me give you a quick overview of today's session. Next slide, please. Next, we have a content slide. Today's session, we will talk about these 6 main things. And the first one would be what clubs are and why they exist. That will be taken by Aman. And then we will dive into GDGC MJCET, who we are, what we do, and the benefits you get as a member. After that, we'll walk you through our team structure, upcoming activities, and how you can join us. That will be covered by Aman Laiba. And after that, we will have a special guest session by Mr. Mohammad Abdul Mannan, ex-Amazon SD intern, currently pursuing masters at University of Northern Texas, followed by an open Q&A where you can ask us anything. So there's lots of learning, interaction, and fun ahead. So let us skip to the interesting part. Moving forward, next slide. Yeah, we have already have many of them addresses, so we can move forward. So I would like to call upon Aman to address about what are clubs. Hello again. Now that we have seen what clubs are in general, let me introduce you to GDGC. GDGC, or Google Developer Groups on Campus, isn't just another campus club. It's a global developer community supported by Google itself. That means when you join GDGC MJCET, you are supported by a community which is not just your local student body, but you are also instantly connected to a worldwide network of developers, innovators, and problem solvers. The best part is it is designed for students by students. Everything we do here, whether it's learning new techniques or learning about new technologies, working on projects, or even hosting event, it is built and organized by students in order to bridge the gap between what you study in classrooms and how it's applied in real tech world. Now, why does GDC stand out compared to its peers, like other clubs on campus? Other clubs may focus on fun events like Aman have said, fun event or fest, and that's great. But GDGC is laser focused on technology, innovation, and personal growth. If your goal is to upskill and build technology, build projects, build your resume, build your portfolio, and prepare for the industry, this is the community you would want to be part of. Next slide, please. So one must wonder कि अब क्या फायदे होंगे मेरे को GDC join करने का? Why should I prefer this club over any other club? So these are like straightforward points. जो है, we help you build skills beyond classrooms. Instead of just theory, like where you sit in classroom, stare at the board and learn something, we have hands-on sessions जहाँ पर आपको अभी expose you to technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing, web development, mobile development, and even cyber security. And the most fundamental thing that we teach is core DSA, because core DSA helps you crack interviews for placements and other job opportunities. We also have mentorship and guidance. We will always have a senior in GDG that will guide you, not just in tech, but also other in academics, be it higher studies, placements, or career choices. The experience becomes your shortcut to growth. Also, since we are a global community, we are part of Google ecosystem. You will get opportunities to participate in events like Google Solution Challenge, Google Summer of Code, Google I/O, and even DevFest. More about this in the upcoming slides. This will not only help you learn, but also help you connect to developers and communities worldwide. Mind it, for a software engineer in particular, network is the biggest opportunity that you can never miss on. And finally, we help you build projects and portfolios. The projects you build here don't just don't just stop at assignments. They help to highlight your GitHub repositories, LinkedIn pages, and even make your resume stand out. And the exclusive perks of joining the membership is you will have access to the Google Cloud campaigns, AI campaigns, and study champs, which will not only help you learn those topics, but also help you build real-world projects using the free Google credits. So in short, GDGC is not just about attending workshops or sessions. It's about learning, building, and growing together. In a supportive community, while we are also being connected to something much bigger, that is the global Google developer ecosystem. Now, in order to know more about how the club functions and what are its structure, I will now call upon Aman Laiba. I will now call upon Adibanis to explain what are the benefits of joining the Google membership is. Adiba?
Okay,
What
hi
kind of activity?
guys. I'm Adiba. I am a fourth-year IT student. I'm one of the 2 chief representatives at GDGC MJCET. So, what kind of activities do we do? Now that you know about GDGC, let me tell you what kind of things we actually do as a community. So at GDGC MJCET, we make sure there's always something happening for everyone, whether you're just starting out or already deep into tech. So regarding workshops and hands-on learning, we'll have practical beginner-friendly workshops on web development, there's app development, AI, ML, cloud, cybersecurity. And these sessions are always designed so that you don't just listen, you actually build something by the end of it. Okay, now, so there are campaigns and awareness drives. Sometimes it's not just about, coding. We also run campaigns like spreading awareness about digital tools, AI literacy, or Google's programs. These are fun, interactive, and help bring the whole campus together. Regarding the community events and projects, we as a club encourage and focus on collaboration a lot. You'll get chances to work with fellow members on mini projects, hackathons, and showcases, where the focus is teamwork and problem solving. Now, these projects often go on GitHub or even get featured in competitions. Now, Abrar has mentioned that this is a global, Google GDGC is a global ecosystem, right? Since we are part of the Google developer ecosystem, we also connect to the international opportunities. Things like Google Solutions Challenge, Google Summer of Code, Google I/O. Now, we've mentioned it quite a few times, a couple of times. You might be wondering what Google Solutions Challenge or Google Summer of Code and other such events are. I'll just give a little brief about them. Google Solutions Challenge is a global hackathon. It's an annual hackathon by Google where students build projects that address. Okay, first off, do you guys know anything about hackathons? Can you guys answer in the chat? Are you guys aware what hackathons are?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. For anyone who doesn't know, it's basically like a little competition. You'll be given a goal. You'll make your project based on that. And if by the end of it, your team has made a really good workable project that completes the aim of it, then it's basically a competition and you might win those. So Google Solutions Challenge is that. It's an annual hackathon by Google, where students build projects, and these projects address one or more UN Sustainable Development Goals. Now, Sustainable Development Goals, these are set by the United Nations. There are, I believe, 17 to 18 ones. These are like, आप लोग they include stuff like marine ecosystem का या फिर women empowerment का, ऐसे goals रहते हैं. You need to address either one or more of them through your project. And if you participate in Google Solutions Challenge, you get mentorship, resources, and a chance to showcase your projects to global audience. Winning projects often get featured by Google. We have a team member this year. We have a team member who's won the Google Solutions Challenge. He was the second runner-up, as you can see, Abdul Hadi. We have him in our team. And we also have Google Summer of Code and Google I/O. And Aman, you have a question? Exactly. Yes. And Google Summer of Code is basically, it's a global program where students, sometimes even beginners in coding, get a stipend from Google to contribute to open source projects over the summer. And Google I/O is a developers conference. It's where they announce new products, tools, and technologies like Android updates, AI models, or new APIs. So part of it is streamed online. So even students can join and learn the latest technologies from Google engineers. How much is the stipend? I think it's around 300. How much was that, Abra? Yeah, right. Yeah.
You will have to make a lot of.
Yeah, so there's a lot of such things like Google Cloud Next, hackathons, workshops, community meetups, and student chapters usually update members about these and sometimes host local watch parties or sessions around them. So the whole idea around GDGC is very simple: learn, build, and grow. We want to make sure you leave every event not just inspired, but with a new skill, a new friend, or maybe even a new project idea. Thank you. That's it about from my side, and over to you, Emin.
Thank you, Adiba. Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Eman Laiba. I'm the Chief Coordinator of GDGC. I'm a final year CSE student, but enough about me. Now let me walk you through how GDGC MJCET works internally. Because behind every successful event, there's a strong structure and team effort. Our club is organized to make sure everything runs smoothly. At the top, we have our faculty advisor who provides us with guidance and institutional support. Then comes the organizer or lead. He is the main bridge between our chapter and Google developers. Supporting the lead, we have the governing body, which includes chief coordinators, general secretaries, technical captains, chief representatives, and the treasurer. Apart from this, we have two major categories of portfolios, like HR, design, documentation, marketing, media, operations, and lastly, PR and outreach. These ensure that our events are well managed, creative, and impactful. We also have technical portfolios. These portfolios focus on domains like web development, app development, AIML, cloud, and cybersecurity. Our next speaker, Saleha, will take you through these in detail shortly. So whether you're into tech, management, creativity, or operations, there's always a place for you in GDDC. Now let's discuss about internal activities we will be having this year. Next slide, please. Beyond external events, we also focus on our members' growth with structural internal programs. First, we have domain learning cycles. Each cycle focuses on one area, like AI, cloud, or web, where members go through guided workshops, weekly problem solving, and hands-on practice. Then we have many projects. At the end of every cycle, teams collaborate on small projects. For example, building an application, training a ML model, or deploying on cloud. Lastly, these projects are then presented, critiqued, and then documented. This helps members build confidence and learn how to present their work. Additionally, we are going to be maintaining a GitHub repository where members can contribute to shared projects, giving real-world collaboration experience. And it's not just internal. We also push our members to step into bigger arenas like Google Solution Challenge, DevFest, and hackathons, where they can apply their skills and network with developers worldwide. To conclude, this structure ensures three things. Everyone continuously upskills, you always work in teams, just like in the real world, and you walk away with tangible projects, something you can proudly showcase on GitHub, LinkedIn, or in interviews. In short, GDGC isn't just about attending events. It's about growing, building, and showcasing. I hope it was clear so far. Now I will be handing over to Saleha. Saleha, are you here?
In the meantime, if you guys have any questions about the team structure, you can ask them in the chat.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you're.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Saleha, and I am a third year AI and ML student. And I will be going over the technical portfolios in GDGC. So in our portfolios, it is not only limited to theory. is driven by hands-on experience where every domain has its own projects, events, and internal learning. When it comes to web development, you'll work with modern frameworks like React and Next.js to build scalable, responsive applications. We even hosted a Next.js workshop and a design and dev event where students got to learn UI UX and then directly apply it in building web solutions. When it comes to app development, it focuses on creating mobile applications using Flutter. Here too, we collaborated with the Design and Dev Initiative, giving participants the chance to design an app interface and then actually bringing it to life through code. In our AI and ML portfolio, this is where creativity meets intelligence. From training models to deploying them, we experiment with real-world applications. Like in one of our events, Dev Arena, we integrated AI into gaming to make player experience smarter and more interactive. When it comes to cloud, it is about deploying, scaling, and managing infrastructure using Google Cloud, Docker, and Kubernetes. It is where you learn how real companies keep their applications running at a very large scale. And then finally, in cybersecurity, we focus on securing everything we build, exploring cryptography, penetration testing, and data privacy practices that are crucial in today's digital world. Across all portfolios, it's not just about events. We have internal learning sessions and project development where members continuously build, collaborate, and push their skills forward. So whether if you are going to go forth with web, app, AI, cloud, or cybersecurity, you won't be just joining the portfolio. You will be joining a space where learning turns into building. So before we move on to the next segment, I want to ask you all, I believe most of you all are first years. Why did you join engineering? I want you guys to flood the chats with your answers. Why did you all join engineering? Was it, see that was from the bottom of the heart for salary. Web dev, how crazy. 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 Very interesting. Mm-hmm. It's a very unique answer. It was determined from a very long time. There is someone who is saying to replace ChatGPT. I wonder how they would do that. Someone said yes, to go abroad and then to explore tech. So yeah, yes. Some of you joined because of peer pressure. Some of you joined for salaries. Some of you joined for I don't know. Did someone join here for like marks, exams, and assignments? Anyone? I understandable. But I believe it. Most of you have joined engineering to actually build something real, something impactful, and something that would make you stand out. And that is exactly what GDGC is all about. It's not just another club on campus. It's a part of a global developer community, which is backed by Google itself. That means the moment you join GDGC MJCET, you're not just joining any campus group. You're stepping into an international network for developers, innovators, and problem solvers. Next slide, please. Next slide. So what makes GDGC special? We are all about helping you grow, both technically and personally. College gives you theory, and that's very important. But at GDGC, we add the practical side with hands-on experience, workshops, hackathons, and projects where you actually build, experiment, and apply what you learn. It's about making sure you step out of college with skills that are real and industry ready. And the best part, you'll never be alone because even me and all the other members that are speaking right now, as a fresher, it's easy to feel lost because there are a lot of options. There are a lot of domains that you have to explore. But in GDGC, you'll always have seniors who've been through the same journey. People who explore different career paths, build projects, face challenges, and learn from them. Their guidance will help you avoid mistakes and grow faster. By joining early, you give yourself a massive head start. Instead of waiting till final year to build a resume, you'll already have projects, connections, and real skills that make you stand out in internships, placements, and even global hackathons. Next slide, please. No, go to the previous slide, sorry. And something really exciting is the perks. You'll get access to Google resources, cloud credits, certificates, swags, and opportunities to collaborate with other GDG chapters worldwide. At the end of the day, GDGC is not just a club, it's a community where you learn faster, build confidence quicker, and always have people around you to push you, guide you, and support you. And if you're a fresher who's serious about making your engineering journey count, this is where you belong. This is GDGC MJCET. Let's learn, build, and grow together. And now I'm really honored to introduce our guest speaker today, who was once sitting in classrooms just like you guys, figuring out his path in engineering with curiosity and hard work. He went on becoming an SDE intern at Amazon. And today, he's pursuing his master's at University of North Texas, continuing his journey in tech and research. He's here to share not just his story, but lessons that can help you shape yours. So let's give a warm welcome to Abdul Mannan. Please, I'll hand over the mic to him.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and man, does it feel good to be back at an MJCET event. A huge thanks to the GDGC team for hosting me and organizing this session. A little bit about me. My name is Abdul Mannan. It's been slightly over a year since I graduated from MJ, currently pursuing masters in CS from a university in Texas. And I was fortunate enough to get an opportunity to intern at two companies so far, XIT Solutions and Amazon. Can I share my screen? So for this session, I've contemplated as to how I'd spend my 4 years if I get a chance to go back and restart my engineering life, and then boiled it down to 3 pieces of advice. So without wasting any more time, let's dive right into it. The first one, CGPA is not enough to prepare you for the current job market. I want you to understand that. And this is particularly true for CS students because OU's syllabus is pretty outdated compared to what companies use compared to the technologies companies use these days. So syllabus is not enough. You need two more things to be prepared for this job market: ESA and a variety of quality projects. Now, let me explain. Let's speak about each of them in detail. Let's start with projects. Number one, as far as projects are concerned, how many of you are familiar with the concept drag? Have you ever heard of it? Can I get a response in the chat? No. All right. It's because it's a new concept that has been introduced just a couple of years ago while I was in engineering. But a lot of companies are already demanding experience with RAG, even though it was introduced. This concept was developed just a couple years ago, and you have all these companies asking for RAG experience and knowledge with RAG. Meanwhile, I remember studying ALP during my third year, assembly language programming, which is a concept outdated and a legacy concept introduced like over 50 to 60 years ago and is no longer being used. So this is why you need to be updated with the latest technologies and developments to keep up with the market. If you were to graduate with knowledge in ALP, it won't be much of a use now, would it? No, I'm not saying that all courses are obsolete, but unfortunately, most of them are. So this is why you need to do a lot of self-learning as well, apart from just the coursework and syllabus. And to do so, it's as simple as scrolling LinkedIn. Just the way you scroll Instagram to be up to date with or are familiar with latest viral memes, trends, and whatnot. You just have to scroll Instagram and you're familiar with the latest developments in technology. It's as simple. You don't have to dive deep in every single topic. Now, speaking about DSA, I'd like to share my experience with DSA and what it is, how it's going to help you, how useful and impactful it's going to be. Uh, are you guys familiar with DSA or LeetCode? Have you ever heard of this platform? Nice, that's great. So basically, it's just a website wherein you have to write code. Um, it's kind of like a puzzle or max question, you can think of it as. You'll probably get familiar with it later on. But for now, think of it just as a max question and learning different types of problems, how you need to solve them. Now, a lot of companies are very obsessed with DSA. So when I was in fourth year, there came this amazing opportunity. A company called Experian came to a college for placement and was willing to give 40K rupees as stipend just for internship. Not even full time, just for internship. And it was a pretty big deal. But since I wasn't well versed with DSA questions, I didn't do much of lead code, I wasn't able to crack it. They asked us to solve two questions, and I was only able to solve one. So missed out on that opportunity. But then this other company, XID Solutions, it also emphasized on DSA questions, but luckily, fortunately, didn't ask difficult level or tough level questions. So I was able to crack that one. But I learned something from the mistakes since I lost that huge placement opportunity because I was not familiar with DSA. The minute I landed in US, I started grinding the shit out of it, and so I was able to crack Amazon interview, which also emphasized on DSA. So as you can see, all these huge companies or majority of the companies are asking for DSA, so you need to focus on that. And surprisingly, our college, or at least the OU syllabus, will not focus much on it, even though that's the primary thing interviewers are asking for. So two things you need to focus during your academic life: DSA and staying up to date with the latest trends and technologies. So that's the key to success, and CGPA is just a bonus on top of it. These two are the main things, not your grades. Now, I created a roadmap So you can balance these extra stuff along with your academics. So first year, you want to start strong with basics and fundamentals of two programming languages, Python and Java. Next, you want to jump right into DSA, lead code, a bit at least. Then you want to get into web development, learn RESTful APIs, a bit of machine learning in your fourth semester, SQL and RAG. This is what's trending now. Added in what's trending, the latest technologies right now. These are what's being developed and yeah, pretty much trending. And then before you finish off your college, you want to grind more lead code so you can crack interviews. So DSA projects, two things. That's my first piece of advice. Don't focus entirely on getting good grades. Focus on these stuff too. And this is exactly where clubs come in, clubs like GDC. They're going to host online workshops to get you up to date with the latest developments, machine learning, latest technologies, workshop sessions, and whatnot. Next, participate in hackathons. Most of the learning which I did was not in class, but in hackathons because this demands practical implementation, whereas in class, you'd just be listening to a lecture. And when it comes to winning hackathons, although I might have won a few hackathons, but what most people don't know is the number of hackathons I have lost. I have actually lost 3x the times of hackathons I've won, and obviously I won't share it on LinkedIn or other profiles, would I? But every single hackathon was a learning experience for me. Regardless of whether I win or lose, I was able to grab something and learn useful skills and yeah, useful skills which helped me a lot in these internships later on. So when you participate in a lot of hackathons, eventually you're bound to win a few. So that's the trick. Don't give up. Don't get disheartened if you lose your first hackathon. I've lost my first 4 hackathons before winning my first ever. And currently I'm on a 5 lose streak, but that doesn't stop me in taking part in the next hackathon. So I hope it doesn't stop you too. And my third piece of advice is join clubs, student clubs, and network. Well, I'll share my experience for helped. Huh? Yeah, sure. Okay. C language. Um, the reason I didn't include C language is because not many companies are using C language these days. They've either shifted to Java, Python, C Sharp, .NET. C++ and C are kind of fading out these days. But if you're into a niche domain like operating systems or firmware related to hardware, that's where C would come in. I generalize the roadmap for majority or for the general public of what's in demand these days. So if you were to do Python and Java, you you'd be at least, I'd say, eligible for most of the job opportunities, whereas C is a bit more niche down at this moment. I hope that clears it up. Mhm. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions. Mm. Student clubs and network. So I met some really cool people, including Abrar when I was in a student club during my engineering life, and I've met really amazing people. I've met this one cool senior who I'm still in contact with, and funny enough, it was through a guest lecture similar to this one. He was the guest lecturer, and I connected with him, still have his contact, and he helped me out a ton with one of my projects. I literally used to send him screenshots of the errors I'm facing while running my code, and he used to help me out. And apart from that, I've even met amazing cool juniors who I've collaborated with for hackathons and even won a couple. So the thing about clubs is you get all these tech savvy people gathered in one place with like-minded, similar interests. So it's gonna push you to the best version of yourself, and yeah, basically boost your productivity, bring out your full potential. So definitely do join clubs, network, get in touch with amazing people, and it's gonna help you grow and grow as a developer as well. And finally, um, GD, I'm just reading this question. As you said, GDC is a Google Senior Developer. My question is, can you have referrals for job? All right, I think they'd be answering it at the end during the Q&A session. Hmm. And finally, don't forget the last piece of advice, or kind of a bonus one, is not technical. Don't forget to enjoy these 4 years of your life. For some, it might be the best 4 years as it was for mine. So, yeah, definitely don't take too much stress for all this. Do focus on building up your profile, but at the same time, don't forget to have fun. Uh, have those late night hangouts with your friends, maybe bunk a few classes as well, because let's be honest, everyone does it at this time. So yeah, that's pretty much about it, and let's dive into the Q&A session. Abrar, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, Mananve, there was a question. How do you stay updated with the latest tech and the trends in technology?
Two things. First, I already mentioned was LinkedIn. I scroll a lot of LinkedIn daily, just as much as I scroll Instagram. I also scroll these news channels. I didn't specifically pick and choose those news, but since I just started scrolling, searching those tech news, it now just shows up on my feed. And apart from that, participating in these hackathons, every time I participate in a hackathon, I look up or at least try to see what everyone else is building. I do this survey, just see what everyone is building, how they built it. So this keeps me up to date with the latest trends, what's happening, what's being developed, and whatnot.
Okay. There was another question. Should we do DSA in C++ or Java?
I would say that's your choice. The only reason I included Java is also an object-oriented programming language. I just wanted to include one object-oriented programming language. Oops. So yeah, C++ works as well, but I didn't. I wanted to make it as simple as possible, so just included one Java. And as far as DSA is concerned, I'd strongly recommend Python, and strongly recommend against using any other language for DSA, because Python is like a shortcut. You can write code in the least number of lines as compared to other languages, and this is going to help you out a ton during your interviews. Like for example, a simple for loop in Java would be like, first you need to start with public static void main string args. That's all skipped in Python. It saves you a lot of time. So definitely Python for DSA.
Yeah, I have a doubt with Yeah, I have a doubt with Mr. Manan. As you said, Python is a very easy roadmap, but most of what I have researched and gone through on Reddit and all those things, I have learned that going on DSA with Python is easy, but not all the companies prefer the DSA with Python, right? Most of them prefer you doing a C++ or Java, right?
Can you mention an example of which company?
Like Amazon. What I SD Amazon interviews are basically dependent upon the Javas and C++, I guess.
No, that's not the case. Uh, for Amazon, since I gave the interview, we are given a freedom to choose our own language. It's up to us. We can choose C++, Java, C Sharp, whatever we want.
Okay.
So, hmm, at least for Amazon, I can be dead sure that it's not the case. We are given a freedom to choose a language, and Python would boost your chances significantly. So go ahead with Python for DSA. And secondly, the whole machine learning thing, it's built on top of Python. Python is a foundation for data science, agentic AI, machine learning, everything. So you cannot miss out on Python.
Okay, that's it. I had that. Thanks.
Definitely, you should join. If you are not joining in the first year, you are making the same mistake I did, which probably slowed me down a bit. I thought the exact same thing. I had zero knowledge and didn't join any hackathon in my first year. So in second year, when I joined my first hackathon, I was I wasn't able to pull anything up big, but it gave me the start I wanted. And in third year, I built something better, and in fourth year I was finally able to win. So who knows, if I were to start right in my first year, maybe I would have won my first hackathon in the third year itself. Just push yourself, attempt every single hackathon, give your best. As I said, you will learn something at every hackathon, and that's going to set you up for the next one.
Uh, there's a question: how do we decide on what domain we want to pursue? And if we are supposed to start a domain, let's say I want to learn about artificial intelligence or any other domain in particular, in general, what should be the steps that I should follow? Should I just go into the frameworks, or should I just research a lot and then slowly go? What should be the approach for learning?
Uh, okay, this is a tricky question because a lot of factors come into consideration over here. Number one is the company you're targeting for. Some companies are pretty specific. Uh, some don't ask DSA at all, and some simply ask on whatever the tech stack they're using. Secondly, it comes on interest as well. If that's where your interest lies, like full stack, web development. But if you were to skip DSA and let's say, unfortunately, you weren't able to, I mean, maybe the companies these days are just and looking for full stack, you would be at a disadvantage. So, but not as that doesn't mean you won't get a job at all. Maybe if you really grind well and network, connect, work hard, you might end up cracking that job you wanted. So doing DSA would be like a backup option, but put a precaution or put you on the safe side. But yeah, there are some companies that don't ask DSA at all.
Hmm.
Mm.
We will answer. Yeah, no, not every event or workshop will be online. We will have both online as well as offline. Some events, such as if we have a workshop, hands-on session, we will use the MSS lab or the computer science labs, where we will have a hands-on session where we will teach you from scratch on how you can build projects and learn a topic. Manan bhai, would you take that?
Yeah, I think anyone can join any hackathon. Although CS students would have an upper advantage because that's a field itself. I doubt mechanical and civil students would be familiar with web dev and whatnot, but that doesn't stop you. I know a friend who was from EC, and he won third place in his final year in a hackathon, annual hackathon. So yeah, you just need to maybe push yourself a bit more, do a bit of extra learning, and yeah, you can definitely join hackathons. Or um, I think it would be better if you could simply team up with CS students. That way, you won't have to persuade your entire friend group to jump into CS even though they're in civil or mech. Hmm. Yeah, as I said, if you're really inclined towards hackathons or maybe CS domain, even though you're in a different field, this is where clubs come in. You have like-minded people gathered together. Maybe you can just network here itself.
To build upon that, एक second, Aman. Your branch or your stream does not limit your growing experience, because I have known people in CS and EC, EEE, and even mechanical who have uh, uh, learned cybersecurity and have no a stable job in cybersecurity domain. So you're not limited by a branch. Whatever you want to learn, be it in the software field, you can always pursue it, because there are very tons of resources online. Also, we clubs can help you in whatever field you're interested in.
Well, that would be an interesting hackathon project. I can see that. Definitely, it would be a unique one because I've participated in so many hackathons and never have I seen one related to aviation. So yeah, you definitely get unique points for that. It would surprise the judges. Definitely go for it. Uh, as to answer your question, how to link, I think you need to research because I don't know much about aviation. If that company is not asking for DSA, then definitely you'll have a good chance. But I once heard from a friend that even a full stack company was asking DSA, even though they don't even use it. It's not much of a use to them anyhow. A lot of these companies have DSA as a requirement, and they don't even need it in their actual line of job. So I face this issue as well, but since it's a requirement of majority of the companies, I've included in the roadmap and emphasized on it heavily.
एक सेकंड तो that, yeah, there is this misconception कि DSA की कुछ फायदा नहीं है. The reason companies and enterprises usually go for DSA route is because it helps them analyze कि you have problem solving skills. See, there can be people who are very technically sound in certain domains, but unless and until they're not problem solvers, they cannot solve particular problems जो company को solve करना है. And company cannot invest time कि आपको नए ideas देते जाने के वास्ते. So DSA in particular helps you have that problem solving mindset, which can later improve your chances in career. For mechanical, there are mechanical clubs under the mechanical department. We have SAE, which is under the we do all of automobiles. We have Club Optimus. We have, I believe, some IEEE chapters as well. IEEE robotics, and for civil, I believe I don't remember. There's, I think, EWB. No, EWB comes under mechanical. There is some chapter that I'm not aware of. Even civil के अंदर भी है chapters.
ICI is there for civil.
Yeah, ICI, yes. Yeah. Yeah, there is also a follow-up question to that. How could we build something in hackathon if you're just a beginner? Then should we first polish our learning skills, or we should just go for them without basic skills?
You guys have a huge advantage because of ChatGPT. It literally changed the learning curve. Previously, we had to look everything online, every line of code, maybe from Stack Overflow or Google, but ChatGPT can tailor it for you. And at this point, even those AI coding tools, they can spin up a web page in a matter of seconds. So you can try those out, and that should give you the help or the boost you need to build a decent project, even though you're still in your first year. Uh, have you guys heard of Cursor?
Yes.
Definitely. So maybe I I guess the freshers aren't familiar with it. So yeah, look into that ones. Lovable AI, Windsurf, whatnot, all these AI tools that should give you the boost you need. And as long as your idea is good, I think you'd have a fair chance as well. These AI tools disrupted the entire learning curve, I'd say.
Okay, there's a question from Mohammed Nafe. Is participating in SIH as a first year student worth it, and which hackathon is a good one?
SIH is a national level hackathon, so it's gonna be difficult, but uh, I'd say give it a shot. There's nothing to lose. There's no downside of losing. So yeah, at least you learn something. You get familiar with it. It'll set you up for the next one. It is difficult, but we've had people in MJ. I think last year itself we had multiple teams from MJ winning SIH hackathons.
Yes. Okay, there's a question from Sami. Is AI gonna replace engineers? Will AI replace engineers?
I won't say replace, but it's definitely reducing the workforce. Like previously, if it required 10 people to do a task, now it takes like 5 or 4 because of these AI tools. So yeah, it is jeopardizing our jobs to a certain extent, but it's not making us obsolete or completely replacing us.
Yep. It's like a tool. Like जैसा आपके पास पहले people used to write in text files. वो जो भी code लिखते थे, they used to write in text files. After that, we have ID, which helped us write code in like shorter manner as well as in more optimized manner. So I feel like AI is just like a tool for developers which can help you reduce your work and help you make more optimized decisions while writing code.
So Mananda, I have a question for you. May I?
Yeah, sure.
So,
Sure.
so I had this question for a long time. If AI can write all the code, right? So I can use all of these tools, right? So as a first year student, when I see a lot of AI tools coming up, everyone writing code by themselves, I'm always scared कि है ना, these things will do all of it for me. And why should I learn to code? So is it really worthwhile learning to code in this era? I want just that answer from you.
That's a great question you asked. I'll share my experience with it. So, during one of my tasks at XIT Solutions, so I was given a task of XML parsing. It's okay if you don't know what XML is, just a random task I was given, and I had no knowledge of it either. I didn't know what it was, and I thought I'd just vibe code it all along. It took me a bit far, yeah, definitely. I was able to get my first 2 to 3 tasks done. And after that, I wasn't able to get the required output through with the AI tools because I was just feeding in the same error to the tool, asking it to fix it. I want this output. This is the error I'm getting, or this is the output I'm getting. I need to change it from this to this, and it was not doing. That was a hellhole for me. I tried GPT, Gemini, everything at my disposal, but wasn't able to fix it until I took it upon myself to learn it from scratch, looked up back to the basics, fundamentals, went up online, looked at documentations to figure out what was wrong. And this is not the first time it happened. A lot of times, at least it happened to me a couple times, where I had to apply my own knowledge to fill in the gap between AI, between the vibe coded program and the required output. So without that fundamental knowledge, I wouldn't have been able to close in that gap. So it just boosts. So AI tools just boost you, but they can't completely write perfect code for you.
So like nowadays you see a lot of developers and not developers in general, normal random people in LinkedIn coming up and telling ki I have built this, I have built that. And there's a lot of FOMO out there, at least for developers. Like when I'm starting out to code, I have a lot of fear out there. These people who don't even know how to code, these people are better than me. They're building better products than me. So, do you have any advice for those type of people, those types of students or developers who are trying to learn a new language or trying to learn to code?
Uh, you do not need to worry anything about them because 80% or most of the time, their projects won't make it to production level environment. These AI tools can simply spin up a fancy looking prototype or a demo, but they have a lot of flaws which AI can't fix it. AI can't do that. Security issues, um, they, I'll just give you certain examples. People end up uploading or pushing their API keys, which cause them a lot of money, a lot of errors and whatnot. So yeah, they're not those projects. They just look fancy, but they aren't ready to be deployed in real world. So you don't need to worry about them. You will have an edge as long as you're familiar with the basics. And that's the reason they're still hiring software developers and not replacing people entirely.
That's nice. Thanks a lot. And one last question.
Yeah,
What
sure.
is the scene in United States? So I just want to tell what are people talking about and what is currently trending? What are your peers talking about and what's happening in your university and college? And yeah, more of that.
It's a pretty general question. AI is blooming, but the state in United States, right now, a lot of students, international students are there in US and the administration is trying to limit it off and hence new regulations and rules are being made. I'd say I was lucky enough to enter when I did. It's it is a bit difficult for you guys to come than it was for me, but nonetheless, it's not impossible. People are still coming. Uh, the situation is tough. I think the job market is difficult. Um, the only reason I was able to pack this internship at Amazon was through a referral. It got me to the interview I needed because I've applied to this same company multiple times and got rejected every single time. Never even got my resume shortlisted. So much so that after I got the offer letter, few days later, I got a rejection letter from one of my old applications. That resume didn't even made it in, even though I got accepted. So networking is important. The referral got me to the interview and the assessment. And so yeah, I was lucky enough, but the job market is extremely difficult, extremely difficult.
To carry on what you said, you have said networking is very important. As an engineering student and as a fresher or in any year, how do we network and how do we improve on our network? Like how do we make it large?
I guess starting off joining clubs would be a great head start. Apart from that, hackathons and yeah, basically all these extracurricular activities you see is an opportunity for you to meet new people and network events, workshops, clubs, hackathons. This was mainly where I networked, just this typical events.
Mm.
Yeah, I had a doubt about the thing you just said, Mr. Manas. Like you said
Yeah.
about the referral thing, right? Can I ask you what kind of referral you were talking about? The referral you met was campus referral or what kind of referral?
Oh, okay. It was a referral from a direct employee working at Amazon, so they tend to prioritize referred applications over general applications. So since my resume was prioritized, it was pushed further to the queue, and then from there it got shortlisted, and got an online assessment later on.
So on that, how did you connect with that guys? Because I see many people connecting, trying to connect with those kind of people sitting on those with companies, but they don't usually accept those connections usually, right?
Hmm.
So what? How did
Uh,
you connect with them?
I got really lucky. My friend, I had a friend, and he knew a guy working at Amazon, and he just connected us both. Got lucky, I'd say. I've heard this cold emailing things, templates to cold email, spam recruiters on LinkedIn, whatnot. Uh, I personally haven't tried it out, and I don't
Yeah,
know how.
that was
Mm.
my another question as well about the cold mailing and the thing. Does it work or something like that? I see a lot of people suggesting on Reddit and all that you have to cold mail the HRs and all.
Right. I never tried it, so I don't know, and neither have I heard from any of my friends regarding this cold mail. I have a friend who tried this, but he didn't get a positive response. Maybe he didn't try hard enough, or yeah, I don't think I can answer that question pretty appropriately. Not the right person.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now that was my question, sir.
Right.
Yeah, so my question was like, if AI knows to write a code, then it also knows to hack the code and just like how do we secure that thing? Like there will be
Uh,
a security issue, right?
hmm. Um, If you were to follow my roadmap, I think you'd learn how exactly security issues are created once you learn what RESTful APIs are, web development. So when you're passing data from front end to back end, that's where a lot of issues can happen if you don't filter. Which semester are you in currently?
I'm first sense CSC.
You'll probably learn it later on.
Yeah. Like
Not
as
every code is
Sami
like
was asking,
hackable.
saying the thing like they are existing like there are many people like agentic coders. They just give the prompt and just get the
Mhm.
code and they do this stuff. So like why don't just learn prompt engineering and do the
Uh, that is a good question. You can after learning prompt engineering will surely improve the output of the code you're getting, but I don't think it's at the we're still at the point that it's perfect. So vulnerabilities might be there. And as for your question, why can't AI just hack its own code?
yeah.
uh, if you code it well enough, it depends on how you code, as in without vulnerabilities. If you leave gaps, that's when the attacker can attack. But if your code is solid, even though if it's like just a small feature, but if it's solid, even the greatest hacker or the best hacker won't be able to do it. So you need to if you follow the right coding principles and whatnot, you're safe.
Okay.
Also,
Thank
to
you.
add on to that, for even from for prompt engineering, you will need to have a basic idea कि आपको क्या prompt देना है. If you want to build a website, you will need to know कि कैसा बनाना है website. You
हाँ.
will need to know कि this is backend, this backend को अलग रखना है, front end को अलग रखना है, backend को मेरे को Express में लिखना है, तो Express में लिखो, तो Django में लिखना है, Django में लिखो. You need to have those sort of understanding कि क्या करना है मेरे को. For that, you need to have idea how to code, not how to code, but what exactly to code, like system designs में था,
हाँ.
security कैसा रखना है,
Fundamentals मालूम रहना.
fundamental strong रखने पड़ता है, even for prompting.
Yeah.
I hope that clears it out. We have Alia.
That's definitely right. You need to. I totally missed that point. Uh, a good way of prompt engineering is not just telling what you want, but rather also telling how you want it to be built. So think of yourself as a designer who's assigning work an architect assigning work to a coder or laborer. So if you're specific with how you want to build it, if you convey that to the AI tool, it's going to give good code. Mm.
Yeah. So my question was, Mr. Manan said that AI cannot fill many of the gaps which we can do. So, but AI is eventually getting better at tasks, right? And the software people are working on it day and night. So, what about it? Like, will it in the future be able to fill in the gaps which is it is which is astaghfirullah, which
Mm.
which it is not right now?
I guess only time can tell that, but yes, you're right. Day by day, since I'm following this news, we're seeing an improvement in how these AI tools are being developed. They say um, OpenAI was saying that they're close to AGI, but it's been like a year since he said that they're close to AGI, and now he's totally given up on it. So I think there's still a lot of time before it is, and until then, they still need coders like us to build amazing projects.
Okay.
Aisha, thank you
And
so much.
right now, it can't, and yeah, maybe it
Yeah,
can in the future. Who knows?
I hope that cleared it out, Alyan. There has been a repeated question. Wait, Kanya, is CSC worth it in this oversaturated market these days?
And I guess it's not the same as before. Oh,
540. 540.
that's nice. Hmm. The market is getting a bit saturated. That's true. Uh, but if is it worth it? I'm not quite sure exactly. But if I were to given a chance again to choose one, I'd choose CSC again. Definitely.
Definitely.
Mainly because I enjoy this. This gives you a freedom. Unlike other departments, let's say you're mechanical or from civil, you can't just build up a project or a startup on your own. But in CS, you can build up any application or website you want. This freedom is something I like. Helps me to switch over to whatever I want. I want to build my own startup, my project. So yeah, I guess it depends on you. Hmm.
Okay, there's a question by Talib. Uh, is doing masters worth it with the current job market and the saturation in CSC? Do companies see market degree as an addition to your bachelor's, or do you recommend spending money to do a okay? Do you recommend spending money to do a master's abroad, or do you just focus on building skills?
Okay, that's entirely true. They just see your master's degree as an addition to your bachelor's, and when you're speaking academically, it you won't learn much during your master's. I'm being honest. Uh, Masters is like 10 times easier than bachelor's. It's the same concepts being repeated. I think I had to work 10 times harder for OU grades, and over here I can just chill, play games, and still get a good grade. It's easy, and you won't learn much. But the only reason I did masters is a lot of people do this. They come abroad just to get this legal status of a student, so you can apply for higher paying jobs over here. So there is a huge gap in pay in US and in India. The difference is huge. People tend to outsource jobs to India just because it's cheaper over there. But if you were to come here and get a job for the same task which you do in India for the same task, you'd be paid twice or not 80 times more, since like, a dollar is equal to 80 rupees. So a lot of people, they don't come here to study. They're more they're kind of investing or banking on getting a job here so they can get a higher pay. So doing masters abroad is to get a good high paying job as a and not for studying or improving your skills, I'd say.
I hope that clears your doubt, Talib. Any more questions?
Remote jobs there are, but from what I've heard from my friend, when they even they let's say you have a person over here US applying for the same job, he let's say he gets paid 10K. Once that employer knows that you're working in India, he just reduce it down to 5K, 2K, and whatnot, because they know that it's big money for you in India. And I heard this from my friend, so yeah, that's how it is. But if you're Yes, but it also comes with its own risks and drawbacks. You need to invest a lot here in education just to maintain your status and to be eligible for those jobs.
Okay, I have a question of my own. You have again and again emphasized on DSJ. So for a beginner, how do we start? Do we go on lead code, or do we follow a roadmap, or do we start with a YouTube playlist or something like that? Do you recommend anything?
First, fundamentals of Python, speaking specifically for DSA, for loops, conditional branches, try error, whatnot, basics, be well versed with that, and then start off with a playlist on lead code. Um, when you're trying to solve your first question, don't just jump right into it. Watch a YouTube video, say explaining how to solve it, and specifically, let me just type it in. Uh, this dude gives the best explanations out there for DSA questions, and he has uploaded videos for over 1,000 lead code questions. So watch his video, understand the solution, then
Oh,
try to implement it yourself. Don't waste your time trying to figure out the question right at the get go by yourself. It's more like knowledge and memorization based to a certain extent DSA questions. So you first need to look how to solve that problem, like similar to how you'd solve math problems. You first learn how to solve that problem, then you jump into it. So refer to those videos and cover those questions.
thank you. Uh, do you suggest any technical channels uh, for, let's say, I want to learn about artificial intelligence, which is your domain? Do you recommend any playlists or channels to or YouTuber to follow?
No, I don't think the best tutor would be AI, ChatGPT, and Gemini because they can tailor your explanations. That's how I do most of my learning. Only for DSA, I refer to this YouTube channel, NeetCode, which I've just shared. For all these other technologies, it's more of knowledge based rather than learning it. It's like if you just have that knowledge, you can just build those projects. It's more knowledge based, and ChatGPT and Gemini are best for it. I've been asked this question a lot of times, and I say the same answer. High risk, high reward. That pretty much sums it. If you do manage to get a job over here, you're set for life. You can just uh, plummet in all your money from US to India and just 10x your pay, and you're set, I'd say. But if on the other hand you're unable to clutch it, it's gonna cost you a lot. High risk, high reward. Is it worth it? Isn't it a gamble? Well, it is not a gamble, at least. Is this investment worth it? I guess it depends on the outcome. It's your choice. Hmm. Any language would work, but since you're already going to do TSA with Python, I'd suggest Python, Flask API. Uh, there's this framework called Flask, which lets you spin up backends quickly. You learn the concepts through this very easily. And then if you want to shift to a different language, jump or hop to a different language, it won't be difficult because you already know the concepts. That's the thing. If you learn a front-end language, switching to another language which does the same thing will be pretty smooth for the transition would be pretty smooth for you. So you just need to learn first one language for each front end, back end, and for whatever niche domain there is. And then there are obviously many alternatives for the same thing. And if at all need comes where you need to make a switch, it would be easy for you. So to start off with, I'd suggest Python, specifically the Flask framework.
I hope that answers your question. Who was that? That is Sheikh Tawfiq, I guess. Do
I
we have any
haven't,
more questions? Sorry.
right. Apna college, I haven't tried it out, so no idea. Definitely, yeah. Because LinkedIn is where everyone posts about technical stuff, even though there are few memes and jokes being popped in here and there in LinkedIn as well. But uh, yeah, much better than Instagram, I'd say.
Okay. Ayman Lab, I have
I wanted to ask, how was your work experience at Amazon as an SDE?
Um, it was great. The team, my teammates, my mentor were extremely helpful and friendly. Even my manager was pretty chill as opposed to other strict stereotypical managers. My manager was more like he was pretty young, so he used to hang out with all other interns just like our friend. So yeah, it was amazing, I'd say. Apart from that, technically speaking, I didn't feel like the work which they were doing was anything extremely difficult. Like uh, you'd think like it wasn't out of this world. It was just like any other work what other developers at other companies were doing. It was just that the barrier to enter that company was a bit difficult, but the work they're doing is the same as any other SDE. That's what I felt.
okay. I hope that
Yeah, sure. I forgot to mention this. If at all you need anything, any help, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn or Instagram. I'd be happy to help you out.
will be sharing a LinkedIn, ke saath, inshallah. Any more questions, guys? Yes. Yes, Zoha?
Yeah, hello. My question to you was that in order to like develop good experience and become more efficient in your domain, would you like recommend to work at startups or MNCs? Which do you think has a better work environment?
Definitely, startups give you more skills, but MNCs are more of a safer play. Uh, can you? What exactly was your question? Can you repeat it once?
just to like get better in your own work field. So if you have an option to choose between like a multinational corporate or like startup, which one would you recommend?
You'd learn way more in a startup than you'd ever will in an MNC company, because in MNCs they give you a specific task, whereas in startup you'd have to figure out everything by yourself. By everything I mean they just dump a lot of workload, and you don't have mentors or people you can reach out to for help. But that's not the case in MNCs. They have this whole well organized hierarchy of employees. So if at all you're stuck with anything, you can just ask your questions out to someone else.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes.
There was this question asked, how do we join GDGC? So there are two ways you can join GDGC. One is you can be a member. So for being a member, there will be a process. You will have to fill the membership form and enter your details and others. The perks of membership is you will be having access to all the technical events that we will conduct, be it workshops, seminars, guest speakers. You will have access to all of those. And the other way you can be a part of GDGC is you can join our team, the team that will conduct and host all of these events. For that, there is a hierarchy. We have Execom and we have core team people. The Execom people are the leads that will be the main orchestrators behind all the events. They will be planning, they will be implementing all those events, and the core team are those people that will help them in the implementation part. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, but you didn't answer how and when can you join the core team?
The processes
What will
and
be
the
the
form.
process of joining?
Okay, the process and the form will be informed to you soon. We thought like for we have started for like 4 days pehle. We will inshallah inform you about any other upcoming opportunities in the coming weeks. Like inshallah we will have a recruitment drive for Execom next week or next week uske baad ka. So we will always update you on our socials, which is Instagram and LinkedIn, and also we'll be updating you on the Infodesk group.
So freshers can apply for Execom openings and all?
See, the Execom position is a bit that requires a bit of responsibility and experience. If you are really well, let's say you want to apply for the web dev portfolio. If you are really good in the web development field, you may be shortlisted for the position of Execom. But agar aap nahi hai, so you can join the core team. Core team is where you learn, you build your skills and you network with your seniors. Yes, Mohammed Furqan.
Yeah, I just had a small question. I kind of missed the session due to some technical issues. So, is there somehow I could get maybe a PDF or just a summary of the whole scenario, what just happened in the session? Yeah, that's totally fine. And Jazakallah khair.
How about Ellie joining Execom? See, the position of the position of Execom is not ऐसा कि आप first year में रह के नहीं join कर सकते. If you are a really capable person who has shown his passion and has shown experience, we will take you in Execom. ऐसा नहीं है कि we only want second or third year people or people who have been in MJ for a long time. If you show commitment, passion, and experience and knowledge in your domains, we will surely consider you for the Execom position.
So by experience and all those things, what do you mean by coding skills or something like that?
Let's say आपको मैं दो सिनेरियो देता हूँ. आपके पास एक है technical portfolio. If you are applying for web dev portfolio, you should need to have some knowledge in the web dev portfolio. आपको एक website कैसा बनाना है, you should need to have a basic understanding of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, so थोड़े frameworks, React and Node वैसा. If you're applying for the core team, I will be like, आपको कुछ सीखना है, you're passionate about learning. So I will not be focusing on much on the technical aspect. I will be focusing on how willing you are to learn. In the non-tech portfolio, like if you're applying for design, so I will ask you to show me some past experience कि आप क्या design करें. Do you have any previous experience designing? Do you design in Canva or Figma or any other platform? वैसा. I think Sami can answer this. Sami in the meet?
Yeah, I'm at the meet.
Yeah.
So basically, GSoC is where there are a lot of organizations over there. So you get to contribute to those organizations. So for you to be able to get into GSoC, so basically GSoC means those companies are giving you an internship where you're working for their company, let's say for 3 months or 4 months, something like that. Before they select you, you have to actively participate with their repositories. You have to look into their issues. You have to try to solve their problems, like solve their pull requests, all of those things. So if you are visible to that company, and then when the GSoC dates arrive, you can go and apply to that company. So there is this, you can actually, every organization have a different way to do it. So you can apply to those. If they like your contributions, they will choose you as let's say an intern. So even though the stipend for GSoC is very high, I mean, it's pretty good, the competition is also very high, and you also have to have that expertise with that particular domain of it. It's no longer that it's not like very beginner friendly also. So you have to understand large code bases. You have to try to understand their code. You need to be able to write code. And one thing I just want to promote GDG over here. So what we are trying to do in GDGC this year is we are trying to inculcate open source culture right over here. So we're going to have a lot of repositories. I'm very sure that many of you are enthusiastic about open source, want to contribute to these big organizations. But one thing is that they don't accept everyone's request. The issues are not very beginner friendly. So for something like this, for inculcating a culture where any of us can try to contribute, any of us can at least get that feel of GSoC. For that, we are trying to make a lot of open source repositories in GSoC. A lot of repositories in GDG. If you are a member or a core team, or in the core team or an execom member, so you will have that exclusive rights to all of our repositories. So it's moreover we are inculcating collaboration between all of our teammates. This is we are trying to imitate what real world scenarios are, where in actual companies you collaborate with many people. So that is what we're trying to do. And the good thing will be that the repositories मतलब जो कोड लिखते हैं ना उसको repositories बोलते हैं. So repositories में बहुत सारा कोड रहता है, उसमें बहुत सारे फाइल्स रहते हैं. तो एक पर्टिकुलर जैसे आप प्रोडक्ट बनाए, एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोजेक्ट का एक repository रहता. तो ये प्रोजेक्ट जो रहते हैं, वी आर गोइंग टू मेक इट वेरी बिगिनर फ्रेंडली. वी आर गोइंग टू मेक इट इन ए लेवल वाइज ऑर्डर. आप है ना जाके आप लेट्स से आप HTML एंड CSS सीखें, तो हमारे पास रेपोजिटरी स्पेसिफिकली HTML CSS के वास्ते रहते हैं, जहां पर आप है ना कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं. सो दिस इज वन इनिशिएटिव दैट वी आर ट्राइंग टू टेक. मे बी है ना आप थोड़ा रिएक्ट सीख लिए, या आप है ना थोड़ा मोनो रिपोज सीख लिए, आप कुछ और NLP वगैरह, बेसिकली आप मशीन AML के साइड चले गए, तो फॉर दैट ऑल्सो वील हैव रेपोज. तो we are trying to inculcate this culture at least in GDG, and inshallah, today maybe we might try to do this. Inshallah, my juniors, my super juniors will crack GSoC. So this is the aim that we want to promote. And yeah, this is moreover what we're trying to inculcate. And yeah, if you are a part of our team, you will be one of the contributors to our organization on all the repositories that we have in our organization. And yeah, that's more about GSoC. And yeah, do try GSoC, do check out the organization in GSoC. Yeah, it's an amazing thing. So yeah, that's it from my side.
Yep. Uh, I think, Aman, we can conclude because time bhi ho gaya. We can answer later questions in the group chat. Uh, thank you, Abdul Manan bhai. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for guidance. He is really busy. I think we are in different time zones. वहाँ पे अभी रात हो रही शायद, सुबह हो रही. Probably. Yeah. Thank you for making time for us.
And thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure to be here.
Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you for attending Info Session 2025. I hope to see you all soon in college. Any questions, please feel free to drop it in the Info Session group chat. You may leave if you want to. If you want to stay, you can stay and ask any questions over here.
Abrar bhaiya, how can we thank you in the college?
You will see me mostly like in college, around probably at Blue Shed or somewhere. You you have seen me now in Meet. You can catch me.
Because I never saw you in the college. That's why I was
Because
asking.
I
I think
never,
it was like
because for the past 4 weeks, yeah, 20 days we are in we were in the semester exams. So हम लोग वहाँ पर थे. We were in Deccan College, not in MJCET. Inshallah, we'll be coming soon from tomorrow. आज भी आए थे हम लोग. कल से इंशाल्लाह और frequent आएंगे college को. You can catch us वहाँ पे.
आपका कॉलेज का ग्रुप नंबर ये तो हो जाता था.
The thing is, हम लोग को I think 40 वालों को room number नहीं दिया अभी. We are still get to be given a room because we are still in vacation. Vacation के बाद हमारे we have some classes. At that time we may know our class numbers.
yeah, what is this? I have a lot of confusion between I want to also go in Android development, I want to also go in backend, I want to go in front end, but I don't know. I'm not clear in my mind. Like, what should I choose?
Okay, so आप first year में right?
Yeah, I'm in the first year, but I have the basics of Android development as well as web development.
Okay. In my first year, I feel like first year and even the start of second year are your best chance to explore everything you want to. If you're from CSC, I would ask you to go explore robotics, whatever field you want to, because engineering is not just limited to CSC. Engineering is anything that helps you make projects, that allows you to have that sort of freedom कि आप कुछ भी बना सकते. If you see something on a table, you have to be capable to build that. So try to explore as many things you can. I would say explore robotics, explore automobiles, explore EC part, explore everything. If you want to go explore software side, explore AI part. I think AI is sort of complex for beginner people. You can learn the fundamental part of AI, but you cannot go into the generative and all complex stuff. You can start with basic learning in the first year. If you want, if as you have said already, कि आप app dev करे थोड़ा, so you can build upon app dev slowly and gradually while also exploring other domains. Don't limit yourself to one domain in first year. That's it.
Another question I had in mind is a very vague question, but a question like I heard about placements in MJCT are very vague. Is it true or something like that?
Yes, it is very, it's not vague, it's very terrible. Abhi ke vaste, I will be very honest with you. But our faculty, our management is working towards it. I feel, if I'm not wrong, you people have even heard that MJCT might move autonomous.
Yeah, it has because I have confirmed with Amanullah sir, the mathematics teacher, and as well as Miss Shanti ma'am,
Yeah.
the chemistry HOD.
So उसके हिसाब से I don't really know कि what opportunities lie ahead for you. It may be good because autonomous colleges are reputed to have very good placements. We don't really know because हम लोग अभी भी OU के अंदर आते हैं. But for us, placements is something you will have eventually MJCT will always have placements, but in order to even sit for placement exam, you need a good CGPA. You need to have no backlog. So please make sure कि आप लोग को backlogs नहीं है. Try to maintain at least, like, as Mandan Bhai has said, कि 8 GPA is more than enough in order for you to be capable anywhere in the world. Because some universities, अगर आप masters का apply कर, you will have to have a certain CGPA standard into university के हिसाब से. Even if you want to sit in some placement interviews for some companies, you will have to have a minimum CGPA. So make sure कि आपका CGPA stable रहना. Trust me, first 3 semesters अगर आप संभाल ले CGPA, उसके बाद से बढ़ता CGPA, because subjects easy हो जाते, you will get a hang of how to write exams and all. So that's one thing. Moving autonomous is a good thing. I don't really know because मेरे को तो idea है नहीं उसके बारे. I have been told it's a good opportunity because you will be learning more advanced stuff and more relevant stuff for today's job market. So let's see.
I have heard that it decreases the value of the degree which we get because of the autonomous status. Is it true?
Well, degree की, you know, if I'm being very honest, degree has absolutely उतना जितना अपन समझते थे weightage इसका नहीं है. At the end, it's all your skills, your projects, like how Manan Bhai have said, DSA, and your connections. If you really want to crack a job market, you need all these 4. Degree is a boost. Actually, degree is like a stepping stone. अगर आपके degree नहीं है, you cannot apply for the job. But if you have a degree, it's just like आप एक level पार कर लिया.
One thing more, like college में अभी C सिखा रहे हैं, right? For the beginners, the PPS के classes में C सिखा रहे हैं. I was trying before the college started. I started DSA and C++, right? And then अभी मन्नान भाई आए, so much of confusion. Like Python बोले, DSA in Python. So what should I go with? I'm very confused right now.
Okay, so the thing is, the reason आपको C सिखाते हैं college में is because C is a very fundamental language. My cat is making a lot of noise. अभी लेके आ रहे हैं. Programming paradigm. And it's very easy to learn. Easy. अगर आप C सीख गए, you can almost learn any other language. The only thing that you would have to change is the syntax. C in particular is built on a programming paradigm that is still used. Paradigm is मतलब जैसा आप language लिखते हैं, ठीक है? And it's very simple, beginner friendly. That's why colleges usually start with C. And answering to your question कि किसमें करना DSA. DSA is something that you can do in any language. ऐसा कुछ requirement नहीं रहता कि hard and fast कि आप Python में करना, Java में करना, C में करना. If you were not autonomous, क्योंकि मेरे को autonomous का syllabus नहीं मालूम है. If you were OU students, I would have recommended you guys to do C Java में, because at the end in your CSE syllabus you will have DA subject जिसमें हम लोग Java में करते हैं DSA. And even we have Java as a subject, so you wouldn't have to learn something new. It would go along with your academics, as well as you will learn something valuable.
And the website, the lead code you said, right? The need code. So which language the DSA is based on that?
If you go to LeetCode or any other competitive programming platform, आपको मालूम होता कि you don't need
नहीं मैं lead code नहीं need code बोला, the website the name of the website which
I have not visited LeetCode, देखना पड़ेगा.
Because there's just a data structures and algorithms thing there for beginners. That's it. There's no mention of the
I
language.
feel like LeetCode is a practicing platform.
Okay.
Okay, it's not a platform where you can test. It's a practicing platform. You can select your language, कौन सी language में करना, and you can practice.
So what kind of platform you suggest to learn? Like on the YouTube or somewhere else?
On YouTube, there's a very famous guy, Abdul Bari Bolke. You can learn from him. Actually, I'm not really much of a DS. मेरे को उतना अच्छा नहीं आता DSA, to be honest, but I'm still learning in the learning phase. For जितना मेरे को recommend करे, and I still that I follow is Abdul Bari to clear all my doubts. And there is this LeetCode पे you have to solve the beginner problems. Once you get a hang of solving problems, that's where you inculcate the habit to have this sort of dedication and commitment कि हमेशा करते रहने को लेके solve करना है. Trust me, especially DSA comes with a lot of practice. Like Manna mein jaisa bole, it's basically maths. आप जितना practice करेंगे, the more better you will get.
Mananvi, for the last thing, can you guys please share your LinkedIn's as well? You guys, LinkedIn as well, so we can
Yep,
connect with you guys.
inshallah, I will share it in your info desk group.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, cyber say to the uh, I would say once you start a playlist, पूरा खत्म कर. Just don't be like ये अरे ये अच्छा है वो अच्छा है. ये एक start कर लिए खत्म कर देना उसको. Don't go like ये भी अच्छा है because everything is same हर जगह पे. Just like the way of teaching is different. होता है. Okay, so देखो कैसा रहता है बोलो. First things, we will have some sort of announce. Once we have a recruitment process starting, we will announce it on our socials, Instagram, WhatsApp, community, and everywhere. There you will have a Google form. You have to fill the Google form. Google form will ask your resume. You will ask your which portfolio you're applying for and other important stuff. You have to fill those. You have to build your resume. This is a very good habit. Try to follow a particular standard for resume. I will share that as well, because there is industry standards and there's something that we people build. We people build is not really an industry standard. It's not useful. So try to follow the industry standard. Once you have filled those forms with your resume attached, you will have an interview process. If you're applying for a technical position, you will have a technical interview. If you have applying for a non-technical portfolio, you will have a non-technical interview. Like if you're applying for design, we'll ask you to share us your past experience, जो भी बना है, जो भी आप design करे. If you have any क्या बोलते startup experience, freelancing experience, we will ask you to show that. Basically, it's a fun experience. You will learn a lot. I would urge you all to try having as much exposure to interviews, because that's where that's where freshers in general learn a lot of social and soft skills. Any other questions? We will be sharing you all the resources जो भी PPT बना है and the recording of this session. Also, we will be sharing a feedback form soon. I would really have you guys give me an honest opinion कैसा दिखा this session. Thank you for attending. You can leave. Allah Hafiz. Thank you.
Yeah, just before leaving, I want to say this was a very nice time. Getting your experiences, learning your experiences. Thank you for this session.